and this is Laura Cowan. She's Executive Director, Street Health Community Nursing Foundation. We love our nurses, so nice hand, please, for Laura Cowan. Welcome, thank you.
Thanks. Thank you very much. I have no slides, if you can believe it, no PowerPoint. I have a few props, but that's about it. I was asked to fill in today and talk a little bit about harm reduction, the harm reduction activities that we do at Street Health. But first of all, just an overview of Street Health for those of you who don't know us. We've been in Toronto providing services to homeless people for 25 years. And we started 25 years ago as a nursing organization, providing care to homeless people in downtown southeast Toronto. We've grown tremendously since then, based on the needs that we identified within that homeless and underhoused group in Toronto, including offering now case management, mental health case management to hundreds of people per year, as well as replacing personal identification and storing it. So we've actually started the first storage facility for personal ID, which we found tremendously important and really effective for people. So we have about 500 people storing their ID with us right now. But we also are done a lot of work around harm reduction, and we distribute clean needles on the street, of course, but we've also started in 2004 to distribute safer crack kits. And I'm not sure, I don't think they're being distributed here in Vancouver yet, but there are in several other cities oh yeah, okay, good. I brought some samples along for anyone who's interested to see the sorts of kits that we're distributing, if anyone would like to look at that. But I wanted to focus specifically on the work that we are doing with street-based sex workers. We have a project that's called the Safer Stroll Project, and it started in 2008. And basically, it's a peer outreach-based project. It's to build capacity with the goals of increasing the capacity for female sex workers to better respond to high-risk situations. So obviously, violence is a part of the experience that sex workers have on the street, and we wanted to try to mitigate that somehow. So through some funding from the Status of Women Canada, and the City of Toronto, we were able to start this. It's initially quite a small project, sort of as a pilot, with sex workers in our neighborhood, in conjunction with a community health center that's close by. So again, started in 2008, and the program involves a scheduled series of educational workshops and that are specifically designed for and by sex workers. Again, to look at avoidance of personal violence, to promote empowerment, and also to look at a variety of health issues. And after each series of about 20 workshops, the women graduate, but then become peer outreach workers themselves. So we pay the graduates to go out onto the street and provide sort of the education, I guess, that we have provided. So last year, the participants in the Safer Stroll project published a resource guide. And I brought a copy along with me, but it's on our website if you want to check it out. It's called Super Hose, Women in the Know. The guide provides information and advice for groups as well as organizations who may want to start or may look at this model and start a similar project. The manual begins by defining what sex work is, so what harm reduction is. It makes recommendations for best practices, including involving sex workers themselves as the experts, right from the beginning of the project to the end. The manual sets out a framework of basic principles which should guide the program, including offering sex-positive, safe, and non-judgmental space for participants. It provides over 20 suggested workshops, workshop topics that can be modified to suit any particular city or situation. Several resources specific to sex workers are incorporated into the manual, including a personal safety plan. So actually a couple of the last couple of pages in the manual are meant for sex worker themselves to fill it out, to actually then pass on to a family, relative or a friend who will have information about that person in the event that the sex worker themselves doesn't come back at a particularly scheduled time. So basically if they go missing. That seems to have worked very well, at least in Toronto. I just want to provide a couple of quotes that women who graduated from the program have provided us. First of all, I was a sex worker in the area, which is very, very dangerous, and I worked there for a couple of years, and I was out there all alone. I saw an ad for the Safer Stroke Project, and it hit a note with me because I knew that safety was a huge issue. It was very scary for the other girls out there too, and I wanted to be part of something that I believed in, something that would help us. Another quote is, it had changed my life. It has made me more self-confident. I'm in a much more safe place today, and I have 100% more support in my life. So I think it just gives a little taste of what the women are experiencing and how it's really sort of helped empower a lot of people. Also in the last couple of years, we had a very unlikely collaboration. A partner stepped forward that I think we kind of came out of the blue, we weren't expecting it, but it was the special victim section of the Toronto Police Department. They're a separate entity from the Sexual Assault Squad, and it was this particular section of the police department was formed to address incidents of violence against sex workers. They offer a 24-hour hotline as well as an anonymous number that sex workers can call to provide details about bad dates. I also brought some of their literature along. So this is one of their pamphlets from the sexual assault section, special victim section of the Toronto Police. Sex workers deserve to be heard. We don't judge, we don't preach. So amazingly, of course sex workers were very sort of resistant or not really trusting the police initially, but they've really won them over, and the sex workers now themselves go out and publicize this particular section within the Toronto Police. We're really pleased about that collaboration. And also the police themselves say that the sex workers have been amazing witnesses, and they've had an 87% conviction rate of those who've been arrested. So we're really pleased with that. Again, just to go back to our crack kits, I just want to mention that we have, over the last year, we have distributed over 50,000 safe crack kits on the streets of Toronto. And there are other agencies doing besides Street Health, so that's just Street Health. And 20,000 needle kits as well. You can check our website. We have lots of publications there, as well as the Safer Stroll Manual. We have some research publications that we've done in the past, homelessness and crack use, for example, and several other publications. And our website is streethealth.ca. You can reach me as well if you need any further information about anything I've talked about today at laura@streethealth.ca. And that's all I have to present. Yes, Dean.